Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 706 of Fallout 4. I got my fisticuffs out. We were scrapping weapons and I think I forgot to equip one. But we built up this barn. Let me put my weapon away before I accidentally somebody. We put up this barn, which is, it's definitely open to improvement. And I'm very likely to switch some things around here. Oh snap, I still gotta put Phyllis's terminal somewhere. That's right. The interior of it looks kind of decent. I mean, we have all of our crafting stations. I will be moving the filing cabinets and things like that around. I've got a power armor station up here to fix up my stuff. I got a doggo house here, you know, just for dog meat, or if we ever find one of those junkyard dogs. I need to work on today some kind of extra residential building. I want to finish this place up here shortly. We've been here for quite a while, and I want to get back to exploring here soon, obviously. I mean, I do thoroughly enjoy my exploring. I'm trying to pick up this mute fruit! I thoroughly enjoy my exploring, but I also enjoy my building, so we gotta find a healthy balance of both. That was really weird. It would not let me pick up that mute fruit plant. But where is this extra residential building going? It's not going to be anywhere near as big or fancy as the previous one, specifically because we only need to make it house 5 people. Now, there's some land over here to work with, but I think it's equal in size, unless I diddle with a dock, wink, which I don't want to do. I mean, what I could do is, let's see here, let's go to structures, warehouse, and floors. But I could add an extra layer of floors here, assuming this will snap. Yeah. Now, again, on the other side, we only have one like tile for the dock. Oh snap! Nothing more can be built. Well, that means it's time to steal some weapons. Oh.
One that ends without an empty stomach.
I kind of forgot that this thing was over here. I totes forgot this thing existed. But anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the Fallout videos, I do appreciate those of you who've been taking the time to like the videos. Thank you guys for that extra support. It's much appreciated. I was also thinking maybe I could get rid of that tile there and then use like one of these thingies to try and complete this, and we could get rid of that annoying little hump that exists there that interferes with my movement. But we'll see. Now again, we've thoroughly learned that the rifles, that just in general the weapons, I mean, Fat Man or not, the weapons seem to, for one reason or another, work really, really well for increasing settlement size. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with the mats that you obtain from scrapping them. Oops, wrong button. Or well, in our case, storing them. So let's increase the size of the settlement just by dropping some rifles. Make sure we don't accidentally drop anything we shouldn't. This is where I get into trouble. Drop all 10 of those, 6 of those, and oh no, don't equip the pistol. I mean, you can equip the pistol, ain't gonna do anything. But yeah, oh god. That's what I worry about every time, because then I'll lose track. Okay, make sure that we only store what we've dropped and not the entire floor that we're standing on, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it one of these times. I know for a fact I'm gonna do it one of these times. Let me check the settlement size when I get rid of these pistols. Yeah, even when I get rid of just like a snub-nosed pistol, watch the settlement size. Like here's another one. Like that's just like as substantial as one of the Fat Man's being stored. All right, yep, absolutely. Never bother to use an armor piece. Just use a weapon. Cool. That's a lot of settlement size to work with. The one thing I did want to do is really fast here. Let me just check it. The roof. In fact, it'd be the one with like the support, I think. Does that snap anymore? I was wondering if I could give this barn an overhang, but the more I think about it, the more I think that maybe the overhang might be too much, and then it might just look a little bit silly. I'd have to do some testing on that one to see if that's something we're into. Now here we might have an issue. I mean, minus the fact that dude's just been frozen in carbonite. He's the next Han Solo. Probably have to get rid of this catwalk, the railing, and then scooch that staircase over if possible. Because yeah, it clips a little bit differently over on the other side of the settlement. But so far, that's negligible. That's very easily fixed. I'm not going to worry about it. I could put a block here and on the other side. It's not like it interferes with the dock at all. It would look a little bit floaty. You have to patch that in, but I don't see it really benefiting me in any way, so we're not going to worry about it. Now, do I want to put a house in here, or maybe like multiple tiny homes? Let's check something real fast. Under wood, there's the roofs. Just like, well, at least under the warehouse category, they have like that, like the 2x2 or like the little pre-built. No, see, this would be a 2x2. There's like the one that would work for like a singular tile, other than of course giving them a flat roof. I mean, and that thing just looking like, I mean, like you could literally just put this on top. That would look silly. So I don't want to do that. That would subtract, I think, from the settlement. But that's not to say that we couldn't give them like a warehouse. And then, let's see, I should actually look at the roof category. And what do you have? See, I mean, like, this is a viable roof. Now, granted, there's like that open area. I'm sure there's probably a better one than this. I mean, like, heck, even that's a cap to a building. And you could have like a little dude be a hermit and sit out here, and that's his home. And then you could have like multiple, like space them out. I mean, even that has potential. I'm wondering, so if I put one here, one here, one here, and if I did that on the other side, I could have multiple little teeny baby homes. Yeah, we could link them up and then make them like, I don't want to join them. I think that'd be silly. So let's actually just at least preview it. Now, of course, I can do the same thing with the barn category. Now, like I'm not overly a fan of, oh, that's right, this is going to snap strangely. I'm not hugely sold on the walls under this category. I'm a level with you guys. It's not one of my favorite. That means what we're going to have to do is snap this, snap that. So then maybe, if I did the barn, it's just going to be more red. It's just going to be more red, unfortunately. I wish we had a bigger subset of walls to use, but you got to use the tools you have, right? So let's say that that's the building, and now granted, this guy's going to have a kind of a small building, but it's the same size as like a room in the main building, but he has his own real estate. He's just kind of out here minding his own business. He's figured it out, and then you can just. That was weird. You just snap and stay. You could just cap it like that. There you go. The guy has that's a house right there. I would kind of like one of these roofs, but these are more of like an intersection in the middle of a big roof. I would wager anyway. I mean, this could be pretty cool here, but my problem with this roof is the openness to it. It actually it doesn't really protect you from the elements. Now this does. I didn't even notice this one. Like we could alternate. We could have that, and that's boom, another like an arched roof. That works. So what we could do is if I put 3 here, because 3 would mean 6 total, which would mean we'd be having a surplus of beds, which is cool. We could alternate. I'll put one there, or maybe we could even spread it out like 2, have a home here, and have a home here, and then the one in the middle gets the fancy roof. Let's operate under that assumption. It kind of looks like a shed, but I mean, you know what? In the apocalypse, I think you'd take a shed over living in the dirt. I think you'd take a shed. No, that needs to be the different door. I think you'd take a shed over living in the dirt. I mean, I know I would take a shed. Hey, man, hey, there's no rent, right? Imagine, guys, just imagine for a second. Imagine a world where you don't have to pay rent. Imagine a world where you don't have to pay a mortgage. Just imagine that for a moment. All right, the apocalypse needs to happen now. Can we just model it after the? Can we just model it after what happens in Fallout? Just tell us when it's going to happen though, so the smart people can go in the vaults or the bunkers or whatever, or their basements or whatever Fallout shelter that they've previously set up. Let's just try the world again. I think sometimes we I think so. Get out of here. Collectively as humanity, we need a mulligan. We need a redo. I think we fucked up too many times. Why is this ever so persistent? Got it. I just had to get like underneath it. Ever so persistent in the snapping. Now I could also give these guys a window, but my problem is this: the windows in this category are generally pretty butt. There's this, which I guess is cool, And then there's these, which, I mean, I suppose if I... Oh, that's some weird snapping, but I suppose... Let's experiment real quick. Maybe we could change this up slightly. Just the whole point is to try to give it a slightly fancier looking roof. Now that'll snap. Yeah. All right. And then there's the not the doors, silly me. Then is it under the roof category or not? Okay, there's these. I could give them a glass roof, but that's not exactly nice. I mean, it might look cool, but their faces would melt. Now the whole point of this is it lets some sunlight in. But admittedly, it looks pretty goopy. It looks pretty goofy. I would like to incorporate windows in here somehow. And no, I mean, this fits the bill. But it fits the bill a little too much, in my opinion. If that top layer was like sheet metal or tin or whatever the heck it is, if it wasn't corrugated like it currently, or well, if it was corrugated like that, I think it would look a little bit better. I don't really see... I mean, yeah, I could also just use these solid arches. But then, I don't know, I feel like that suffices. Might be a little plain, but I feel like it suffices for the task at hand. Let's roll with it for now. We'll go back to roof, and let's give them the nifty little pre-built one. Let's see, which one was it? Was this one? Now, see how this one has that opening? That's this one. This one has the cap. So essentially, we won't let any like elements in, anything nasty. That's at least the thought behind it. Now they need doors, and what kind of door? Well, first off, that door snaps. But question: if I go to structures and I go to doors under here, do these ones snap too? Awesome. So it's a shared door size. Now these guys can have a different door color because in the main house they all have white doors. What's a blue door look like? I mean, that's not bad. We can give them blue doors. There you go. You guys can all have blue doors. It almost looks like porta potties. Won't be able to unsee that now, will you? They are just little portal potties. Little portal potties? No, little porta potties. Little porta potty confirmed. Door opening on the way out. Excellent. So let's open these up, give them a fancy bed, but here you go. That's it. Running power to it will be a fun thing. But now they have their own little shack out here. Everyone's got a personalized bedroom in this colony. Like, this is the dream. Like, these dudes are living the dream. I could mirror the design we did in the other house. Put one in the corner, one in the corner, one in the center. Let's do it. It's a known thing that I think looks pretty decent. Let's just scooch you on over here. Just a way back. All right, that looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Go slap this bed down in the center. I mean, now they kind of have a really fancy. They kind of have a really fancy bed for the house they have. So it's kind of like the guy who lives in a trailer, but he drives like a sports car. Well, it's probably not. That he lives with his mom in her basement kind of deal, you know. But he drives a sports car. You know, priorities on your money spending. But they got a fancy bed and a crap house. I mean, granted, you sleep on a bed, so there's that. You don't need a fancy sports car. It's a luxury. Then this is just nice. Ah, no, this doesn't go centered. This goes cornered. Maybe. Okay, you go over here with minimal clipping. Looks like you gotta back out just a little bit. We don't want to have any babies now. So there you go. Still would like to introduce a window into this one. It's just, for some reason, man, I'm just not content. I'm just not content with most of these things. That's the door category. It's misleading. It shows a window, and I'm like, is that what do you got over there? You got like anything? I mean, there's like these, and it looks like maybe because they have a half window. Don't they have a half window? You could probably stack them, but that would just be weird. Like you have a window. I don't quite know how to feel about that. You can put one on the back, but of course this is the back end of the settlement. We'll stick with the design we've got for now, anyway. The last thing they need, let's see here. I'm thirsty. Oh, that's okay. Let's just go furniture, shelves, and tables. Tables. Tables, tables, tables. These guys going to get any kind of different table, maybe? What kind of fancy tables can we give you dudes? Let's just put them down on the ground as we preview them. You might get the same old, just because I think it looks pretty decent, all things considered. I mean, that's kind of nice. It's not, I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing ever. Let's go with the little cabinet here. With, like, the openings. You could actually, you know, put books on there, or put your DVDs and your Blu-rays, or your VHS tapes, your cassette tapes, whatever it is that these guys have. I mean, I guess they could put their holotapes on there. I mean, that's sensical, right? That's pretty sensical. But again, getting power to here, I think that's going to be a challenge. Getting power to here hidden. We could always go underground, you know, do some cheese. But yeah, that'll be a tall order. That will be a tall order. The plan is to tuck another one in this corner, just to sort of mimic, but flip flop. Now shelves, I don't know how I'm gonna go about getting these to work. So this is like a gray. This is like a brown on brown. We're gonna go with this one. Oh well, I guess that would work, huh? As long as it'll snap and not disappear. Can line it up with it. Please don't disappear like that. Please. No, me no likey. Me no reiki. Why you disappear? Maybe I could snap it on this wall better. Oh, let's do this one. Look at that, how like rotating. Look. What? This happened before. I'm like, this is what normal rotation looks like. This is what it looks like whenever I put it in one of these buildings. Maybe center it on like the studs. Oh, they're 16 inches apart. Are they up to snuff? Are they up to code here? Those studs better be 16 inches apart, or you and I are gonna have a problem. I'm just gonna line it up with the studs on the wall. I think that's half decent, and it's on the same side that has the cabinet. Let's go for it. Oh, I just noticed we have we have 67 happiness. I was looking at one of the other recordings, and I saw we had like super low happiness because, you know, the settlement just started. So it's nice to see that. Oh, well, you know what? We could just put a shelf over your bed. Yeah. Okay, now you get a slightly different table, considering your nature. Am I going to go with the old one, the same one we used before? I mean, this one looks more like a hospital kind of bed table thingy-majigger. That's not exactly very roomy. Neither is corrugated sheet metal, but beggars, again, can't be choosers. So the only one I really like is that one half one right here, the one we've used previously. I could double nightstand this. Let's do it. This is like the master suite, you know. Not really. Sure, they have a fancy roof, but this definitely ain't the master suite. Sadly, the wooden beams, the studs coming through, make putting it in the back corner a little bit janky. I mean, I could put it against the wall, but then we're gonna have that clipping issue. So let's not do that. Let's actually put it at the bottom right here. Let's put the legs against the 2x4s running there. I'm just assume they're 2x4s. I don't know if they're 2x4s, but we'll just assume they're 2x4s. And look at that. I mean, you could even have a double. You could have double lamps if you wanted. Oh snap! Now let's put lamps in there, and we are about done. Then we'll mirror this thing on the other side. That'll of course be super easy because we already have the pattern figured out. And then it's a matter of running power to all of my turrets, running power to the house, and of course to these little houses out here. I mean, like, I don't really know. Are you gonna get double lantern? I mean, are you just that cool? You're clearly just that cool. So these get centered on the table like so. And I'm actually wondering if I pick this up. Why does it do that? That's the strangest thing to me. Like, it didn't pick that up. I was just thinking, I'd like to. If I store that, I'll probably break those. I'd like to change the type of flooring underneath them. Now that I think about it, I think it would look better. It's like the same thing I did in the houses. I gave them the wood flooring instead of the constant cement, so it differentiates you being inside and outside. And it's just another layer of aesthetics. Well, it's really weird to me. We only have 9 people. We have a recruitment bacon, and we've been working on these houses for a substantial amount of time, and we still not recruited more people than that. It's like we should just start pulling people from other settlements. A settlement needs your help. I've marked it on your map. Thanks, Preston. All right, let's Let's go this way. Make sure we're gonna run out of AP here. Is it this tile? I think it's this one right here. If I had to bet, yep, it'd be this one. No, don't spacebar. No, we're not storing no floor. I was just trying to get rid of that animation. Okay, it's going right here. Which means, no. This needs to get picked up, and then we can do our snapping. And then again, it might snap differently because we're on a different spot. Yeah, prefabs. I should have checked this to see if they had like a prefab crap shack, but no. They just have these like strange little roof thingies that they've pre-created. It's kind of a very tiny prefab set. It's a nice looking. I like the depth of that building, but you could obviously create that entirely yourself. But let's see here. Walls. We need to go back to the door arch. Let's start it with a door. Yeah, I like that. I just wish there was a better looking texture for this. Oh, that faces the right way. Okay, fine. Fine. That's exactly what I needed. Thanks, man. Thank you for cooperating, Ossifer. And boom. And get you back down. And I guess, you know what, before I get too invested in this one, like we did on the other side, wire missile turret to generator fusion. What? Oh, I guess it was looking... Was it looking... I don't know, it must have been looking at that or something. Now, something I've not done is use, like, these floors as a aesthetic choice. I mean, it's specifically the warehouse floor. And I've got to admit, that's one of the better looking wood floors that's in the vanilla game. No, that's not bad. This is definitely in order. So we're going to store this. Leaving workshop mode. Damn it! I forgot I backed up. Oh, that might mean I need to, No, we have plenty of room. Never mind, I was going to say I might have to do that when I'm building on this house. Question. Can I snap this to this little piece here? Nope. Gots to move that. Well, you can't say I didn't try, because I certainly tried. It's got to start with the door frame, otherwise none of it will snap. It's very, very peculiar, very particular. The more and more I build, the more and more I figure that crap out. You think after 700 and some odd episodes you'd know that for sure, but you never know with Fallout. You're crazy. 1, 2, this should be the thing. Yes, sir. So let's scooch this out, get the initial snap, and then we'll replace the turf underneath, or the tile underneath, rather. Right there, and got him. Alrighty, so now you're getting the fancy wooden floor. I like that floor, it looks pretty decent. And we will do the same thing here with roof. Where is that one roof that has the closed? Could just put this crappy thing on them. I mean, that just looks a little potato. I feel like this gives some depth at least. I feel like the other one's kind of a cop-out. And then you get the fancy little whatever this thingamabobber's called. You get a fancy thingamabobber. How does it make you feel? Before we forget, let's go back to structures, doors. Give you the blue ones. I was gonna say fancy blue ones, but I mean, there really isn't a fancy door option in this game. At least they're vanilla. I feel like most of the doors are kind of poopski. Kind of poopski. Alright, you are just gonna go for a swim, because I mean that's just how it works, right? Yep, totes. Open up my doors so I can get in here and make sure that they're all opening the correct way, which they totally are. Fantastic. Now we still have to go replace the turf over there, the tiles, see how that pans out. Hopefully that works out for the best. But let's get these beds thrown down. And this one was on, yes. Right? Yes, it was like it was toward the center of the base, not the outside of the base. So let's see here. I obviously didn't really look at that way, but that is not clipping. That's well, okay, I lied. I lied. It's a little clippy for my taste. That should be better. Now you go in the center. We'll put down the last bed, and then we are officially done when it comes to bed count. See, now we're at 20. Again, that's 10 plus my charisma level. And then anything else beyond that would be like bonus settlers. And do not store. Which, I mean, in all honesty, I should go over that number, but it's not specifically required. Whoops, don't grab that wire. Not really a big deal. I mean, I do have quite a few settlements that are at that population limit, but it's okay. Only thing it really does is give me more vendors. I don't really need any more provisioners. It's only one per settlement anyway. How's that snapping? That's colliding a little more than I'd like, or clipping. Good? A little too much. How about that? By Jove, I think we've got it. All right, there you go. So now the beds are down. All we need to do is put the cabinets on and then the lamps. And it looks like next episode will be power. Getting the power cables connected. And man, the more and more I look at that, the more and more I'm like, not so much a fan. But I like the idea of there's just some rando houses out there. They have personalized homes. And they get the two badasses who have the fancy roof for no reason. But guys, it is time to wrap it up here. Episode 706. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.